Hello everyone, welcome to Rumah Belajar Matahari. For more videos, click like and subscribe. Alright, in English exams, you will find questions for English structure. And sometimes you may find problems with main verbs. And in this video, you will learn missing main verbs. However, before we start, let's try the following questions. Okay, I'm sure you have already got your answers for those two questions. Now you may keep your answers because we'll check your answers together later on by the end of this video. Let's move on to the next step. What is a verb? A verb is a word or a phrase that expresses existence, like my brother is in his room, or an action, I go to school every day, or an experience, I feel sad. So, in those sentences, it actually has a verb in it. In English, there are two kinds of verb. The first one is the main verb, and the second one is the auxiliary verb. The auxiliary verb is also called as a helping verb because usually it is used with a main verb. However, don't worry about this auxiliary verb because at this moment, we'll only focus on the main verb. Next, let's have a look at the following question. The sound of the dryer bothers my concentration. From this sentence, let's try to identify which one is the subject and which one is the verb. Remember, in an English sentence, it must have at least one subject and one verb. After we have a closer look at this sentence, we can identify that the sound of the dryer is the subject of the sentence. How do we know? It is because the following words in the sentence bothers my concentration. They are describing and giving information about the sound of the dryer itself. Therefore, the subject of the sentence is the sound of the dryer. Next, after we are able to identify the subject of the sentence, it will help us to identify the verb of the sentence. Here, again, the verb, it can be an expression of existence, action, or experience. And in this case, we can see that the word bothers is a verb. It is to express an action that the sound of the dryer is doing. So the verb of the sentence is bothers. In missing main verb questions, please avoid the following. The first one is an ing form, such as watching, singing, and other verbs with ing at the end. Also an infinitive. Those verbs start with to teach, to drive. And the next one is an auxiliary verb. Remember, an auxiliary verb is a helping verb that is usually used together with the main verb. But here, we're only talking about the main verb. And the next one is another part of speech. Any adjectives, any prepositions. So please avoid using any of those. Okay, let's move on to the examples. Some of you may be thinking that the explanation was too simple. However, don't worry, you will get more familiar with it as we are getting through some examples and also the discussion at the end of this video. For the examples, I have two sentences. The first one is this, and here is the second one. What you have to do is to decide which sentence is correct and which sentence is incorrect. For doing this, you can pause your video and take your time as long as you want, and after that you can continue watching the video as you are ready. Here you can see that I have already crossed one word and also I have highlighted another word. In the first sentence, the prettiest girl in our class with long brown hair and brown eyes. It is all talking about the prettiest girl in our class, and it is described by the following description: long brown hair and brown eyes. But then, if we are being careful, it doesn't really have a verb. There is no expression of existence, action, or experience. Meanwhile, in the second sentence, the prettiest girl in our class has long brown hair and brown eyes. We can see that the topic or the subject of the sentence, it is talking about the prettiest girl in our class. That is the subject. And after that, we can see that it has a verb, which is telling us that she has long brown hair and brown eyes, which is to show the existence of long brown hair and also brown eyes. Therefore, the first sentence is incorrect and the second sentence is correct. We can correct the first sentence by crossing out the word with and remove it and substitute the word with the word has. Let's try the next examples. I have two sentences. This is the first one, and here is the second one. Again, you can take your time by pausing the video and continue watching as you are ready. For these examples, you can see that in the first sentence, the book that I lent you having a good bibliography. Here I have already crossed the word having, because remember, in missing main verb questions, avoid using an ing form of the verb. And the way how to correct the sentence is by removing the word having and replace it with the word has. The book that I lent you has a good bibliography. Okay, now let's check your answers. Here is the first question. Arizona, blah blah blah, a very dry climate. And we have four options. A, has, B, being, C, having, and D, with. Remember to not use an ing form of the verb in missing main verb questions. Therefore, option B and C are not the answer. Also, avoid or to not use the preposition, in this case with, in missing main verb question. Therefore, the answer for the first question is has. Arizona has a very dry climate. Now, let's check your answer for the next question. Venomous snakes with modified teeth connected to poison glands in which the venom is secreted and stored. Here, if we have a closer look, this sentence actually consists of two clauses. The first one is venomous snakes with modified teeth connected to poison glands, and the other one in which the venom is secreted and stored. The clause in which the venom is secreted and stored, it is used to describe glands. And in this clause, we can see that it consists of a subject, which is the venom, and also the verb, which is secreted and stored. Therefore, this clause is already complete. Since this clause is already complete, now let's focus on the other clause. Venomous snakes with modified teeth connected to poison glands. Here, it is talking about venomous snakes, and it is followed with the information with modified teeth connected to poison glands. This information, all the information after the word with, it is to describe venomous snakes. However, it has no verb at all. So the way how we are going to fix this clause is by removing the word with and just use the word modified as its verb. So it will be venomous snakes modified teeth connected to poison glands, in which the venom is secreted and stored. I hope you find my explanation was clear, and feel free to drop any questions or comment in the comment section below. Thank you and see you in the next video.